Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. My name is Tanya, if you are new here, and welcome. So first and foremost, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far. When I first started this channel, I didn't think that I would get one subscriber, let alone 57 of you lovely people subscribing to me. And I know that, you know, subscriber count shouldn't, you know, define who I am as a person, but I don't know, like, I just felt so passionate about starting my YouTube channel and doing the things that I really love, and to know that people are actually interested in what I want to say and, you know, what I do, that just really does mean the world to me. And also for the lovely comments that everybody has been leaving me on my videos. Yeah, it's just made me feel like so happy, especially on those days where, you know, I doubt myself and, you know, wonder whether, you know, this is like the right thing for me to do. Every time when I see, you know, people actually subscribe to, you know, my subscriber count go up, or, you know, people leaving lovely comments on my videos, it just, I don't know, really lifts my spirits, and it really kind of urges me to go forward and, you know, to continue to build my channel. And I just want to say thank you so much, because I don't know, I think now more than anything, I think with the way that the world is, you know, especially with us going into a national lockdown again for another 4 weeks, I think now is the time just to be kind to ourselves and to also be kind to each other, because, you know, I think the world right now is just so difficult as it is. And, you know, if people are out there spreading negativity, not loving themselves and not taking care of themselves, like, it's just going to make the world like a horrible place. The world is already crazy enough as it is, and I think just by being nice to each other and giving a little bit of kindness and, you know, checking in on how we're all doing and just leaving lovely comments on people's videos, I just think, you know what, it just fills me with happiness, to be honest. So first of all, I just want to say that, and I think that kind of like links into what I want to talk about in this video, because I am somebody who has suffered with mental health problems, I'm not gonna lie, you know, over the past God knows how many years. And I have, especially recently within these past few weeks, I've kind of had a massive epiphany, and I kind of from that feel compelled to do this video on the things that are really helping me to kind of manage my mental health and manage the depression, manage the anxiety that I've had. Because I don't know, I've never really been an anxious person, but for some reason, sporadically over the past few months during lockdown, I have just been crippled with anxiety on occasion, and I don't even know where it's come from. But I have started to do some things that I wanted to share with you to help me stay positive. And right now I feel like in a really good place. So I really hope that you like this video, and obviously this video might not be everyone's cup of tea, and I totally respect that, but if somebody watches a video and they see things that I do that they feel that might help them to kind of, you know, better themselves and make themselves feel a bit more positive about things, then, you know, that is amazing in itself. So I'm going to stop rambling, because I feel that that was the longest intro ever, and I'm just going to dive in and tell you the things that I have been doing. So first and foremost, a few months ago, I decided to have a massive social media cleanse. Every single day when I went on Facebook, I've now called it Faceache, I would just see that my newsfeed is just filled with negative posts, people just talking about things that don't really affect me, but it was affecting me, because every time I saw negative post after negative post about whatever, it got to a point where I was just like, what is the point in me seeing this? Like, it's not doing me any good. It's just making me feel rubbish. It's just making me have a negative outlook on life, on how I view the world. And so I decided to have a massive Facebook cleanse, if you will. There was a lot of people who I was friends with on Facebook that I haven't spoken to in years, you know, and I just felt like, what is the point in me following people who quite frankly just having a negative impact on me in some way, shape or form? Not necessarily things that they say to me, because they haven't said anything to me about me, but it's just their outlook on life. And I guess, you know, that's their outlook on life, and that's okay, but that's their prerogative. But for me, it's not serving me a purpose. So I decided to have a massive Facebook cleanse, and I think I had something like 250 friends on Facebook. I say friends in quotation mark because really they're not really friends. Like, they're not people who I would talk to on the daily. So I just went from 250 people down to about 60 people. 60 people who I don't really talk to, but they don't really kind of moan, and it's not constant negativity from them, or, you know, things like that. I just feel like having that massive Facebook cleanse has just been amazing for me. And to be honest, I've started to reduce my consumption on Facebook. I tend to look at more things on Instagram, because I tend to find that that's a more positive place if I want to look at things, which I'll talk about. Actually, there are a lot of things on Instagram that I do follow, pages about positive, you know, being positive, and, you know, and things like that. And that's kind of what I want to feel like. I want to feel positive, especially in times like this. So yeah, I guess one of the massive things that I've done is just having a massive Facebook cleanse. It's just really helped me, and yeah, I'm so glad that I did it. The next thing that I have started to do is I've got a list here of things that I've written out in my little book, because I just didn't want to sit here and not ramble. I kind of wanted to plan. But the next thing that I've also started to do is I've actually started to develop more of a routine. So I am very fortunate in the sense that I have managed to keep my job. I haven't been furloughed, I haven't been made redundant or anything like that, which I know that a lot of people have, and I really do feel for them. It's horrible. I myself last year was in a position where I had to leave my job because I'd been off sick, and I'd gone through, I'm not ashamed about it, but yeah, I had to leave my job because of my mental health and how much time I'd had off sick. And I went through a point of, like, it was about 5 months before I managed to get myself a new job. And so I know what it feels like to not have a job. I've been there, and it's horrible, it's hard, and yeah, I really do feel for those people. But I am very lucky, and I feel so thankful that I've been able to keep my job. But the one thing that I kind of stopped doing, I've been told that I've got to work from home, so I've been working from home since the end of March, and for some reason I was like, yes, I can work from home, I can like slob out in my tracky bottoms, just in a random t-shirt, chuck my hair up in a messy bun, not really be bothered. And I think because I stopped being bothered about my appearance, and I stopped taking pride in my appearance, like, I just felt like I become a slob, and that in the sense kind of impacted on also like how I was thinking about things, in terms of, I don't know, I just felt I didn't feel good, like I didn't feel positive or anything like that. I stopped doing my makeup. I went through a massive period of not wearing makeup or anything like that. However, in the past couple of weeks, I've really started to make more of an effort, and I feel so much better for it. So in the morning, I'm starting to really not lie in late. I'm starting to get my bedtime sorted out, in the sense of not going to bed at like 2 AM in the morning, waking up late in the day. Just for reference, I work in an afternoon. I work part-time from like 2:30 till 6:30. So, you know, there is that option there for me to lie in if I wanted. So I would be going to bed at 2 AM in the morning, scrolling around on Facebook, watching YouTube videos, just filling my head with crap, and then getting up really late and just feeling like shit. Quite frankly, there isn't any other way to put it. So what I've started to do now is I've started to go to bed earlier, set my alarm for like 7, half 7 in the morning. I've started to get myself out of bed. Admittedly, changing my whole routine has become, it is hard to make change, but I feel proud of myself for making these changes. But I've started to put makeup on in the morning, even if it's just filling in my eyebrows and putting a bit of mascara on. You know, I'm sure you guys know, if you've watched my previous videos, what my favourite products are. So I've got my 3 Benefit brow products that I absolutely love. My mascara that I absolutely love. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I've got my Gimme Brow, my 24-hour brow setter, and my Precisely My Brow. And then also I'll chuck on like a bit of lip balm. So this is the NARS Afterglow lip balm, which is a tinted one. And just to give myself, like, I feel so much more put together when I've put a bit of makeup on. There are some days where I would go to town and put a full face on, but not very often. I just tend to just fill in my brows, chuck a bit of mascara on, bit of lip balm, boom, way to go. But once I've put my makeup on, I feel so much more put together. I feel like it's just made me think, right, I am ready to kind of go forth and conquer the day. And also bringing that routine back into my life that I kind of ditched a few months ago has just helped me to feel that sense of normality. The normality, a bit of normality that I used to have. Obviously I'm not going out to work to the office, I have to work from home, but that's okay. But yeah, just bringing that little bit of a routine back into my life has just made me feel so much better within myself, and I'm just a lot better for it. So that is something that I'm going to continue to do. So yeah, the next thing that I've started to do is kind of more health related. So I've spoken again in probably like a couple of videos that I've done previously about my health and how I really want to start losing weight, eating healthy, and things like that. I'm really just watching what I eat. I have put on so much weight during lockdown, and you know, a few years ago I was probably, I'm not gonna lie, probably about 5 or 6 stone lighter than what I am now, and I have piled on the weight over the years, especially last year when my mum passed away. And I think, you know, from that, I am a stress eater. When I get stressed or anxious, I eat. And now I'm really trying to change that by filling my time with other things so I don't eat when I'm stressed. I'm trying to break that cycle. But one thing that I've really started to do is to increase my water intake. I was so bad, especially over these past few months, of drinking coffee, Pepsi Max, not drinking enough water, drinking squash, and it just making me feel like crap. Like physically I feel horrible, so therefore it's going to mentally have that negative effect on me and how I view myself. But I got this water bottle from Tesco's a few months ago, and it's a 750ml one. So I now try to drink 3 of these a day, and since I've started doing this over the past week, I have felt so much better. I feel less bloated, I feel physically better. Because I'm hydrated, I feel like my brain function is a lot better. So it's so simple, but for me it's just been so effective. And I now track what I drink, and I make sure that I drink 3 of these a day, which equates to just over 2 litres, which I think is what we should be drinking anyway. I feel that my skin has improved. And because I can feel those physical benefits, that has helped me to stay, or helped me to kind of lift my spirits and view myself positively. And also I tell myself how proud I am of myself for making that change, and yeah, I just feel so much better for it. So something so simple as drinking water, it just made me feel so much better. And it's weird, probably weird, I don't know, but yeah, I'm just so happy that I've started doing this. Another thing that I've always do is when I feel down or I just feel a bit bleh, I give myself a pamper session. I take some time out. If I just feel like I want to relax and I want to center myself, I give myself a full-on pamper session. So I do my skincare. In fact, I've now adopted a proper skincare routine for the past few weeks, which I just really love. I've started doing my hair a lot more in terms of actually styling it rather than just letting it dry and go to puff or frizz or whatever. And yeah, so just by doing a pamper routine, I'll have a shower, I'll do a face mask, I'll, you know, do my liquid peel to get rid of all the dead skin, I'll do my moisturizer, face mask, and within that time, that is my me time and me taking care of myself. I think it is so important right now to, you know, for us to take care of ourselves and to pick little things that, you know, if we are feeling down, is to pick the little things that do make us happy. And doing a pamper routine is just amazing. And within that, I've started to listen to meditation music and kind of like spa music, so the kind of music that you would hear if you went into a spa for the day to get a massage. I've been really listening to that quite a bit recently, especially when I'm sat doing my makeup, doing my hair, doing my skincare. I just feel that like it really chills me out, really centers me. I focus on the music. Sorry, my camera cut out on me just then, it's so weird. But yeah, I just, you know, it just helps to relax me, and then I feel then I can then, whatever issues that I've got going on, I feel that I've got some mental clarity to then be able to deal with it. For me, I like to calm myself down by doing something to take my mind off it, and then I feel like, right, I can go ahead and do whatever it is that I need to do. So one of the other things that I've been doing is journaling. So I've been watching Ella Ringmose's channel. Now I'll link her channel down below. She's very much about self-development, the law of attraction, building a better life for yourself. And one of the things that, or techniques that she uses and tells people about, is journaling. So journaling is basically a free flow of things that you've got going on in your head, basically a brain dump. So if you're feeling like really down and you've got stuff going on and you feel like you don't know why you're feeling a certain way, one of the things that she says to do is to do journaling. So I have gone and bought just a random black notebook from Tesco, and I cannot tell you how much journaling has really helped me. So for example, this is true, like this is actually the second time that I've tried to film this video. I tried to film this video last night and I was just starting it. I spent about an hour trying to even start the video, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? I feel like some of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video were quite personal to me, and then I'm like thinking, oh my god, what are people thinking? What are people going to think about me? What are people thinking of me making this video? I had so many things going on in my head, and last night I just gave up and I said, right, now is not the time for me to film this video. And then I went and did some journaling right before I went to bed, because I just felt really kind of stressed out and disappointed in myself that I couldn't film the video that I wanted to do. So I actually sat down and had the free flow of thought that was going on in my head, and I wrote down all the beliefs that I had about myself which were negative, about how I view myself, what might people think of me, that kind of thing. And by doing that, I kind of looked at it after I'd written it, and I was like, Tanya, what are you doing? Like, this is not right. Like, you're being so unkind to yourself. You're kind of like doing that self-deprecation and just beating yourself up. And you know, this is your channel, you've had experiences, you're trying to help people. If people don't like this video, then that's completely fine. If people do like it, then that's great. And I just basically sat there, and then I then told myself, after I'd written down all the negative things about myself, I then started to say really nice things to myself. But it's like through journaling, I've been doing it for the past, I would say, couple of weeks now, and it has been the best therapy that I could ever give to myself. I've had so many counselling sessions over the years, and to be honest, sometimes it's helped, but it's not helped me as much as doing the journaling, and also listening to Ella Ringmose's videos about how, you know, if you want things in life, you then have to start looking at yourself within and dealing with whatever it is that you've got going on inside you, to then be able to go on to achieve what you want to achieve in life. That is another thing that kind of leads into this, is about goal setting. So another thing that I've started to do is actually set myself some goals. I thought that these past few months were just a doom and gloom, but it's only as it was since we've been in lockdown, and I started to realise a lot of things about myself and a lot of things about my life, and I'm so happy in a way that lockdown has happened, because I felt that I needed this time to actually sit and reevaluate my life and where I want to go. And I have now really started to think about what I want to do, and I've started to make myself goals. I've started to think about my future and where I want to be in like 5, 10 years, 15 years time. I've made smaller goals that I know that are achievable, you know, within the next year or so. I've made myself bigger goals that people would probably look at and think you're never going to achieve it, but you know what, you know, dream big or go home, that's what I say. And I just feel so better for actually kind of putting my life into perspective and thinking about the things that I want to achieve. And another thing that I've got myself is this, which is like the law of attraction planner. So I'm very much into the law of attraction. If you don't know what it is, it's basically where the law of attraction, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, is a very famous self-development book. It's all about the law of attraction, about if you want certain things to happen, you have to put out into the universe what you want to do to manifest it. And originally when I first read that book, I was like, what the hell, what, I want £1 million. Do I sit on the sofa and think I want £1 million and all of a sudden a check is going to come through my door? Like, I found it so hard to get my head around that book, and it was only since I started watching Ella Ringrose's channel that she started to kind of put everything into perspective. And then I've also got this planner as well. I write down in here, I'll just show you, it's no date, so you've got the days of the week, you've got what your goals are, what your priorities are for that week, what is your priorities, what goals do you want to achieve for the week, expressing gratitude as well, be thankful for the things that we already have, and things like that. And then there's like positive affirmation quotes, and I've started to use this and I've just felt like so better. There's also activities in here that you can do as well, like how, you know, if you're feeling like certain emotions, you know, what kind of positive things can you say to yourself to kind of get you out of it, that kind of thing. And I've also started to write down my goals in here as well. It's just this planner, honestly, I've heard so much about it over like the last year from various other YouTubers that are very much into the law of attraction, that I decided to get it for myself. I got it off Amazon, and yeah, I just feel like I've actually written down what I need to do and what I want to do, you know, for the following day, for the following week. I just feel so much more mental clarity because of it, and I'm feeling great. So by actually sitting down and doing that, yeah, I just feel so much more positive. So yeah, I think my battery's gonna die on my camera, which is brilliant. Oh, another thing that I've also started to do is also read, sorry, that was me just like throwing things about, is self-development books as well. So obviously the most famous one that I just mentioned is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, but I've also been started to read this one as well, which is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I think this book is so much easier to get your head around than reading The Secret. This is basically how you can start to focus on the goals that you want to achieve in life and what steps you need to do to take that. And it's such a good book. It's quite an old book as well. I think this was written in the early 1900s. Here I've got the 1937 edition of it, but it is so relevant to today. And yeah, I cannot wait to start reading more self-development books as well, because it just really is keeping me positive. So unfortunately the battery ran out on my camera, so before I could finish wrapping this video up properly, so I've just been sat waiting for it to charge, hence the change in background. So yeah, I just want to say that everything that I've been using, such as meditation, things like listening to music and things like that, I'll leave that in the description box down below, so if you feel that you want to, then you can go and check it out. I just want to say, you know, again, some of this, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that some of the things might be useful to you. If so, then great. If not, then that's okay too. I think it's just really important that we all take care of ourselves during this turbulent time, and you know, that's the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, is to share with you the things that are really helping me at present, just in case, you know, it helps one of you guys. So yeah, I am gonna wrap this video up now. Obviously, let me know in the comments down below the kinds of things that you like to do to help you stay positive, to kind of help you deal with anxiety and things like that. I think by doing that, other people can read it, because that might help somebody else if they feel that they're really stuck and they don't know what to do and they want to get themselves out of a rut and make them feel better about themselves. I always think that it's really good to have lots of options there, so we can all kind of try things to help us feel better, again, especially at times like this. So I'm gonna love you and leave you all. Yeah, if you want to join the family, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and yeah, stay safe, stay well, take care of yourself, look after your loved ones, and I shall see you in the next one, guys. Bye.